Good afternoon. Welcome to the opening round of the 32nd Annual Dayspring Basketball Classic. This afternoon's matchup will feature the guest team on the scoreboard from Oak Creek, Wisconsin, Badger State Baptist School against the home team on the scoreboard from Clinton Township, Michigan, Faith Christian School. Let's meet the starting lineups for today's game. First for the Badgers from Badger State. Starting at guard, a 5'7" senior, number 1, Jovan Singh. Starting at guard is 6' sophomore, number 3, Teddy Scott. At another guard, a 5'7" freshman, number 13, Josiah Sanders. At guard is 6'4" senior, number 20, A.J. Puma. And at center, a 6'4" junior, number 34, Jack Valley. The Badgers are coached by Mr. Joel Noonan. And now the starting lineup for the Patriots from Faith Christian. Starting at guard, a 6' junior, number 1, Blake Hutare. At guard, a 5'8" junior, number 2, Ryan Litke. Starting at guard, a 5'11" junior, number 5, Isaac Kaner. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 12, Abe Moore. And at center, a 6'2" senior, number 23, Mark Kinser. The Patriots are coached by Mr. Dave Kaner.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2025 Dayspring Basketball Classic. My name is Caleb Murray, and I'm joined alongside the one and only John Christensen. We are excited for this first round matchup between Badger State out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, and Faith Christian School out of Clinton Township, Michigan. John, you looking forward to this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Should be a fun game here. First round matchups. Two teams look evenly matched, across the board here to start. Everyone about equal size. So we'll see here. Faith is home on the scoreboard, and Badger State is away in the dark uniforms. We don't really know a whole lot about these teams. As you said, Badger State is in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. So we played them at a home game here earlier in the year. They played the Quentin Road team down to the wire, and we barely squeaked one out against them. So we know they're a good team. And Faith, this is our first time seeing them, as they're from Michigan. So we don't meet up for regular season games.
Yeah, it might be their first year at the tournament. I'm not 100% sure of that, but looking forward to see them and what they have to offer. Quick turnover there by Badger State. Faith taking advantage, and they draw first blood, up 2-0.
Faith looking to put on a full court press here, giving Badger State a little bit of fits here early.
Good steal again. The press is proving effective so far. And a 3-ball. Abe Moore, the senior. That's a quick start by Faith, up 5-0.
Yeah, Faith looking like the aggressor so far, as you said, up 5-0. Badger State looking to settle in here.
Badger State setting up their offense. They haven't come to our tournament for very long. I think it's only been 2, maybe 3 years, but they've looked very good both times. I'm excited to see what they got this year.
Yeah, they'll get the freshman there for travel.
My goodness. That's Ryan Litke, the junior. 2 threes early on for Faith. And a miscue. Badger State has come out sluggish. Got that I don't even know what you say, like those bus jitters or first game jitters. Something's going on right now. They're down 8-0. So
yeah, it is hard. It's their both teams' first game of the tournament, so the last game of the first round in the school and church gym are happening now at 2 p.m. Wow, I'll tell you what. Firing early, number 2 from Faith. The junior up 11-0 in 2 minutes, Caleb.
Yeah, forcing a timeout of the hands of Coach Jason Johnson. Oh, excuse me, I was looking at the wrong one. But yeah, the coach of Badger State, my goodness, 11-0. A really good start for Faith. Again, we haven't seen them before. It's their first year that we know of here at the tournament, and they're looking good early.
Yeah, they are. We know Badger State. They got a good team. Like we said, we saw them in the one home game here a couple months ago or so, maybe November, and they were good. They played Quentin Road down to the wire, so they got some good players. It's hard. You're starting the tournament. You're just trying to get a feel of it, not really expecting the other team to come out, 3 for 3 on three-pointers and another 2 there. So obviously plenty of game left, so no need to worry, freak out yet, but they got to get something going here.
Yeah, hopefully the coach of Badger State can draw up a better press break, because so far that has proved very challenging for them. Got to take care of the basketball. There we go. Good move there.
Yeah, number 20, AJ Puma. He's a good player. Remember him from the home game. Definitely probably one of the leaders of the Badger State team.
Good move there. Isaac Kaner, the junior. Faith has come out swinging. They're up 13-0.
Badger State stunned early. Breaking the press, though. See if they can get some easy buckets here.
Steal from behind. Faith's looking to run. Good pump fake. Rebound and put back by Mark Kinser, the senior. They have 4 seniors, John. 4 seniors and 6 juniors. So a lot of experience for Faith. Up 15-0 early on.
Yeah, winner will play at 9 p.m. in the school gym, loser 9 p.m. in the church gym. Again, all games live streamed here. Good luck from number 34 inside, the junior. Still unable to get on the board, though.
Right now in the church gym, we have Hammond and Maranatha playing. That will decide who these teams play based on if they win or lose. Badger State, the nice and one. They needed it. That was number 20, like you mentioned, the senior, AJ Puma.
Yeah, we'll be calling his name a lot. He takes a lot of the ball handling, scoring responsibilities for Badger State. Good player. Gets him on the board early. Again, if you're not familiar with the style of the tournament, you got to win 4 games to win the whole thing, and there's no way to work your way back. So it's a once you lose, you kind of head towards the loser bracket if you lose in the first game, and then there's a consolation winner, and then you head towards the winner side if you win your first game. And then if you do lose your second game of the evening on that right side there, you're playing for 5th. So it's tough. You can't work your way back maybe like some other tournaments, so you got to bring your A game from the start.
Good rebound there. No foul call. Faith looking to push. They want to run. It's a good rebound. Yeah, right call. Travel on Abe Moore, the senior. It was a good rebound. Just got a little excited underneath the basket.
Yeah, again, Faith looking good. Like you said, a lot of upperclassmen, so they got the experience. Not rattled early. They look pretty evenly spread. I mean, we'll see. All the players look good. Looks like they probably share a lot of the responsibility, which is great for tournament play.
3 no good from AJ Puma. Badger State's got to look to get him going if they want to climb back into this one. Was it tipped? No, it was not. Out of bounds. Badgers get the ball back. We got substitutions for Faith. Number 25, Andy Varga, the sophomore, is in for the first time, as well as Blake, the junior.
Yeah, we'll see what Badger State can do in the half court here. Again, it's been pretty much all off the pressure, so they haven't really had a chance to set up their half court offense. That's a good look by number 13. Josiah Sanders unable to go, and Faith pushing ahead.
Air ball there by Faith. 15-3. They haven't scored much since that.
No, they kind of got blitzed out of the gate, but they're settling in. Long two from Puma.
They take to the hoop, a better block there. That's Jack, the junior. Badger State setting things up. Teddy Scott with the ball. Turnover there. Josiah Sanders.
Yeah, a lot of isolation ball early for Badger State. So see if they can get their half court set up, and hopefully that'll get them back in the game here. Again, they've settled in a lot nicer on the defensive end.
Yeah, for sure. They just got to get something going offensively. Good take there by Blake, the junior, fresh off the bench. Little Euro step to the hoop.
Three ball for Badger State, no good.
Not a lot of offense so far for them. A lot of outside jump shots. They aren't falling. Look to move the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, it's hard. Obviously, things went south fast. They got up to a big deficit. They still plenty of game left. They can easily climb back into it. You feel like you got to get it all back right away, and obviously not the start you wanted, but settle in, run your sets, you'll be okay.
Ooh, good inbounds play there. Good job by our producer, Grant Murray, to catch that on the baseline cam. Shout out to him. Travel call, there we go.
Yeah,
There's
bringing you bonus angles down there, Caleb, right? First time.
It's true. We got a GoPro on the baseline to capture all the stuff right down there. We got one up here in the booth.
Take timeout here. 30-second timeout.
Yeah, like we said, Faith came out really, really hot. They've slowed down since then. Badger State, a lot of game left, only down 12. Minute 56 left in the first quarter. And we're going to step away here for about 30 seconds or so, and we'll be right back on the Eagle Sports Network. And we are back out of the timeout. That was Faith, right, John? Called that timeout?
I believe so.
Badger State, let's see what they got. Teddy Scott controlling the ball well. Good move. That was a great move.
I think they'll get it for a block on it's 23 for Faith.
Nice hesitation by him, crossover. Crafty guard for the Badgers.
Yeah, that was a good move, slowing the game down, getting to the line.
Faith definitely has a deeper bench than Badger State does. I'm looking over there.
Yeah,
we have two guys on the bench.
Not a lot of bodies over there. It always makes it hard in tournament play. 4 games in 2 days if everything goes as planned. So a lot quicker turnaround than normal.
Yeah, definitely. Usually the teams that do well are pretty deep and have the ability, if they get up, especially in some of the earlier round games, to rest some of their starters, and that will always pay off if you get the chance to do that. Turnover. Faith has not scored in a good 3-4 minutes.
Yeah, they came out hot. Good adjustments by Badger State. Looks like 12-5 in for Faith. So let's see here. Abe Moore back in.
AJ
Isaac
breaking the press, no problem. And a 3-ball. That's number 1, Joven, a senior for Badger State, 17-9.
Yeah, about cut it in half because it was what, 15-0? 15-2?
I think so, yeah.
So Klon back in.
Yeah, one nice thing for the Badgers is their defense pressure is really picked up, and because of that, Faith has not been able to set up their press, which gave the Badgers a lot of problems early on. So.
Yeah, and they scored a lot of just off their turnovers. So if they're set right now, they're seeming to win in the half-court game.
Ooh, that's a
nice
good move
by
right there.
Puma.
Puts it in. AJ Puma, nice behind the back. 3-ball, it's 17-12. We got a 10-0 run by Badger State. A near steal there. Looks like a travel.
Yeah, 20 seconds left in the quarter.
Good double. I like that underneath.
Ooh.
Gets a foul call. Kind of got bailed out there. He was up in the air.
Yeah, it looks like a tough call. Obviously hard to see what's going on over there. I think they'll get him for a reach, but.
Got a sub coming in. That's Blake, the junior. 14
Looks like
seconds.
they got number 34 on that for Badger State, his first, so no one in foul trouble. Not many fouls early in the opening quarter.
Good cut. That was a good off-the-ball cut right there.
Yeah, they got 5
Abe
seconds
Moore,
left.
A senior playing like it. Pulls up.
Oh, so close.
Nearly got it to go. He looks devastated or injured. We don't know yet.
Yeah, he might have got hit there. No call, though. 19-12, though, Caleb. Badger State really settled in from a slow start. Looks like we should have a good game.
Yeah, pretty much all of the first-round games so far have not been close. We're looking to reverse that so far. And, yeah, 19-12, we'll step away, and we'll be back for the start of the second quarter. See you guys soon. And we are back for the start of the second quarter here on the Eagle Sports Network. John, this is the, if I am not mistaken, I believe this is the 36th annual, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but the 36th annual basketball tournament that we
Oh, the
have.
programs are saying second.
Oh,
Close, though.
That's
In the-
unfortunate.
in the 30s.
4 years off? Okay. We're going to back up.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
So
someday. Anyway, the 32nd annual, hosted by our own Dayspring Bible College and Seminary. We will take the time, either at halftime or one of the timeouts, to tell you about them, our sponsor. But right now, Badger State's down by 7. Faith's offense has stalled. AJ Puma to the hoop with not much between him and the basket. 19-14.
Yeah, again, pretty much all their offense is going to mostly run through him. He leads Badger State in scoring. He's kind of the aggressor there. I believe he's a senior guard. Got length, though, too. So if you're Faith, you got to recognize that, hone in on that, try to take him out of the game. But good start to the tournament so far. If you remember last year, Caleb, we got several feet of snow on tournament day, and we had like, 6, 7 teams drop out. So it was probably one of the lightest tournaments we've had, and it was day of cancellation. So we were just giving people buys, and some people didn't even play their first game till 9 p.m. And no one's fault, obviously. Can't predict the weather, but it's good to see it back to its full strength, 16 teams.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We get to see a lot of basketball. We got 2 gyms, 2 games going at once for 2 days straight. And last year, I remember just in the semifinals alone, there's 2 overtime games. There's always a lot going on, and we love to see all these boys competing. It's kind of a weird play there. Looked like AJ Puma was stopping. He got injured, and everyone kind of like awkwardly looked at him, and then, okay, we're still going here.
Yeah, still alive here again. Badger State's really won the half-court game. So
it's got to be a travel, right?
For the most part, but this is where Faith's been at their best. Off a turnover, out and running, leads to a great shot there.
Yeah, that was an open 3, rattles out. And here he comes again. Nice feed outside. Teddy Scott for 3. If you're Faith, they seem to do a lot better when they were pushing the ball, coming out of that press. So you got to score to be able to set it up, though. So there we go. Good rebound. And let's see if they come out in that press here.
Yeah, senior there, number 23.
So they're
Good point back.
shying away from it. I'm a little confused on that. They started off really well when they were running it. 21-14.
Yeah, maybe they just got to preserve their energy a bit. Sometimes they want to bring it up, situationally too. So.
Oh, good steal there. Abe Moore, the senior. Can't quite finish, but gets his own board. Long again, pump fake. No good.
Yeah, a lot of contact down there. No calls on any of those. Faith remains in possession. 3-ball. No good.
Man, you hate to see Faith not come away with points off the steal on that one. They got like 5 shots off.
Yeah, they started off on fire. What made their first 3 or 4? Again, that's not going to last all game. But 7-point game now. Puma with the jump shot.
Good. AJ Puma. My goodness.
Yeah, they're giving him a 3 on that.
He's got to be right around the 10 points mark already.
Yeah, he's a good player, active defender too.
Ooh, that's a good move there. Blake, the junior, off the bench.
That's a really good move. Pump fake, get him up in the air. Nice mid-range jump shot there on the baseline. Keeps his team out in front. 6-point lead.
I feel like it's a lost art, John, with the, obviously it wasn't recent, but when the three-pointer came out, I feel like most people are either around the hoop or they're at the three-point line. You don't see a ton of people that are good in the mid-range. So it was a good shot by him. 23-19, Badger State just keeps inching back. It's a really good left-hand finish. Blake on back-to-back possessions for Faith, saying, I'm the man.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of their offense going. A little bit of back and forth here. Again, probably one of the more even match first-round games we've had so far. So both these teams right on par with each other.
Ooh, good block there. Yeah, good call. That's a good call. He picked up the ball in the front court, established front court status, and then his foot went over the line. Good play by Faith to trap Teddy Scott, excuse me. Faith up 6 here. Little mid-range pull-up. Another rebound. Man, Faith has gotten a lot of offensive rebounds, but they haven't quite seemed to be able to capitalize on them.
Yeah, they're getting good looks. Badger State back to their half court. 3-ball.
Ooh.
Long there.
The bank is not open.
Faith looking to push here.
This is when they've seemed to be at their best, when they're playing fast in transition. In the half court, they've struggled a little bit more. Deep 3 there. Ryan Litke, no good. Rebound by Badger State.
Yeah, see if they can cut it down to 4 or even 3 here. Corner 3, number 13, Badger State is good.
Good. Josiah Sanders, that's a freshman.
Yeah, playing big minutes. He's got a really good looking stroke there. Gets them within a 1-possession game.
Yeah, good call. Joven was out of bounds there.
35 in for Faith.
That's Eli Smith, he's a junior.
6'2". So quite a bit of height across the board for Faith.
Definitely have an advantage in that department over Badger State. A lot of shorter guards.
That's a good move. Was that Abe Moore, number 12?
Actually missed that one. I was admiring the Let's Go Eagles banner.
Yeah.
On the, that would be
looks good this year, though.
East side of the court.
So Badger State got a couple corner threes here.
Oh, can he get another one? Oh, good rebound. It's a good rebound attempt there. Joven kind of lost his footing, though. Here comes Faith up 5. Setting it up at the top. It's Abe Moore for 3, no good.
But yeah, Faith really fighting on the offensive boards.
Yeah, I'd like to see the stat sheet on that. They got to have a good 8 or 9 offensive rebounds right now.
Yeah, again, they're definitely probably a little bit taller across the board. That helps. A little bit deeper, too. So save some of that energy. They're coming in, but they definitely seem to We don't have stats in front of us, but they seem to be winning the board battle.
It's a good cut. Another offensive rebound. Yep.
I think he slid his
Yep,
feet.
it's a good call. It's another one, though. Badger State has been very fortunate that Faith hasn't been able to capitalize on those more.
It is. It seems they're getting at least 2 shots every possession. Just got to take their time, gather themselves a little bit. There's been a couple forced shots after the offensive rebound and a few travels. So good effort there, but I think just take their time, and those rebounds will start to stack up and turn into points.
Good defense by Faith on A.J. Puma. Teddy Scott in the corner.
Minute left here.
Oh, almost forgot something there.
Good on-ball defense.
Good cut. We're going to have a foul call. It's a good cut by Teddy. Good pass by Jack.
Yeah, only the first foul of the quarter, so game moving along pretty quick here, pretty clean.
There he is. No good by Puma. Good hustle there by Scott. Not quite able to get it. Faith,
Yeah,
here we go,
Faith running.
pushing the ball. Went down hard there. 3 ball, though. Ryan Litke, I believe that's his second.
Yeah, he came out firing, gets another one. You got to, especially if you're Badger State, you did a great job clawing back into this. You don't want it to get out of hand here. And give them a few extra points. You're feeling good with how you started if you can go in probably down less than 10.
That's a really good drive. Good jump stop by Scott. Puts him down 6. I assume Faith will hold for the last shot here. Coming up on 10 seconds left in the first half. Abe Moore with the ball. Looking up at the clock.
Yeah,
Faith
starting
is.
their action a little bit late here.
Ooh, almost lost it there.
I think good if it goes. And
It's
it
good.
Good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
It's like
Killer.
it's like a
If you're
floater.
Badger State, yeah, he does get it off. I agree with the call. It looked good, man. But, hey, great instincts. Give his team up 8 going into the half.
Yeah, absolutely. You love to get momentum going into the locker room. We both played basketball, played sports, and when you get a good shot like that, it's just a boost of confidence going into the locker room. So they're up 8.
Yep.
That is Faith, and we will step aside for halftime, and we will see you back in about 7-8 minutes or so, and we'll go over some of the stats of the first half. Don't go anywhere.
My name is Mark Julian. I'm the Dean of Dayspring Bible College. We're standing here on the campus of Dayspring. Listen, maybe you know someone that is interested in full-time ministry and they feel God has called them to that. Share what Dayspring is doing with them. Go to our website. You can see all the different programs that we offer. Our goal is to train people for ministry all around the world. And so if you feel like you've been called to that or someone you know has been called to that, share with them the mission of Dayspring Bible College.
Hi, I'm Jim Scudder, the pastor here at Quinton Road, and the Bible tells us that God is love. Our church is a place where you can experience His love. God has given us His Son, He's demonstrated His love, and we believe that. We've received the love of God, and I believe that's the one thing that's going to really stand out for you when you visit us here at Quinton Road Baptist Church. You're going to find people that love God and they care and will love you. So I hope sometime soon you'll come and see all the things that we do, from old-fashioned Bible preaching and teaching to great kids ministry and a lot of other things that we do around here. We want you to experience God's love at Quinton Road.
And we are back from halftime with Faith Christian School out of Michigan up 32-24 over Badger State out of Wisconsin. John, we have a few stats to throw up on the screen real quick here. Coming out of halftime, what's something that sticks out to you?
Yep, so we got our first half stats. So a few things that jump out. Faith is winning over Badger State 24-13 in the rebounding battle. So that was something we noticed. Again, getting a ton of offensive rebounds, so lead into some second chance points there. Looks like for Badger State, so A.J. Puma's got 13 points, and their next closest guy is they have 3, 3, 3, and 2. So definitely if you're Faith, you got to hone in on him. He had a good half, 5 for 11 on field goals. Other than that, it's fairly close across the board. I mean, they have they have some more steals. Faith does from that beginning matchup, but turnovers, relatively close. Assists are within margin there. So biggest things I think for sure, rebounding battle, and they got to shut down Puma for sure, as he's got 10 more points than I believe any of the other Badger State.
Yeah, absolutely. The shooting percentage, kind of like you mentioned, very similar for 3-point and 2-point, kind of lockstep for both teams. One thing I did notice too was that Faith had almost double the amount of assists that Badger State did. A lot more one-on-one ball for Badger State. We'll see if that's sustainable as they scored in the first possession there.
Yeah, good active hands there from number 1 from Badger State. See if they'll get him with a timeout or a jump. I think they do get him with a timeout. They do. So good hands there. Joven, the senior 5'7", scrappy player.
It's really funny. It's really quiet in the gym right now. It was very full for the Eagles game before, but a lot of people have cleared out. So you could literally hear he called timeout, Joven did. And when he got it, he literally laughed, and you could hear him up here in the booth at the fact that they gave him that timeout. But smart play by him. Only 30 seconds have gone by. Smart timeout to maintain possession. They did have the possession arrow, but actually, possession arrow was in favor of Faith, so that was a good work by him. And yeah,
Faith both
up by
coaches
6.
for sure. I think both coaches come out of halftime with a positive message, right? If you're Faith, it's hey, we came out on fire, we got the lead. So let's keep doing what we're doing, keep pushing the pace. We're out rebounding them. And then if you're Badger State, it's, hey, I mean, it couldn't have started any worse, right? It was like 15-2, 15-0. And, I mean, you take away the first 3-4 minutes of the game, and they outscored Faith. So I think both coaches are optimistic of the second half and coming out with good messages. As you can see, it's only 6-point games.
Yeah, this is the game between the 8 and the 9 seeds, so we did expect it to be close. So far has not disappointed, despite that slow start from Badger State, as you mentioned. One thing I'm interested to see in the second half is how Faith does with their half-court offense. They did not have a lot of success. They had a few three-pointers to kind of bail them out, but they definitely did not look as good when they were not playing as quickly.
Yeah, and they keep winning the rebound battle, too, so a lot of that's been coming almost off a missed shot. Let's look at number 1 from Faith standing on a bounce there, Blake, the junior, so Badger State forcing another turnover.
That is 2 plays already in the second half where Badger State has been the first one to dive on the ground after the ball. You'll hear the rule. The first one who dives will usually get it. And so great job by them, great effort. Hopefully infuse a little life into them to get back into this game. Scott with the ball up top. Good drive to the hoop. Could have been a foul. It's a good rebound, though.
Yeah, who is that? Number 23, Jeremiah
Yeah,
Magdaleno.
he didn't see any action in the first half. Good job by him coming out, getting a good rebound. We'll see how he does at the line here. Not a lot of free throws in the first half for either team.
No, there wasn't a lot of fouls, but he's coming in, playing big minutes, contributing to his team right away. Good offensive board there. Unable to get the first to go. See if he can cut it down to 5 here. He's got a good-looking stroke at the free throw line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you love to see those plays if you're a coach coming in, hustling, getting the offensive board, getting fouled, getting those kind of extra points and possessions for your team.
It's not easy to come off the bench sometimes. Everybody else is already moving. Some people do well with it, some don't. Blake up top for Faith. Ooh, almost a good pass. It was the right idea. Got to jump here. It'll be Faith's ball.
Yeah, that was. He tried to get his teammate, number 12, Abe Moore, dive into the cup there. Good defense, though, by number 1, Joven, Badger State. Again, he's a good guard, scrappy guy, good on the defensive end. Has his hands all over the game in the second half.
Good movement without the ball there by Abe Moore, the senior. Working on the baseline. Good defense by Badger State. Nice little step back there. No good. Ooh, that was almost an over.
That's close. Yeah, he pulled it back.
AJ Puma, nice pass. That's underneath.
Timeout forced. So what was it? It was an 8-point game at half, 6-point game at half?
It was an 8-point game.
8-point
Faith was up by 8. Now it's only 3. We got a really good game here, John.
Yeah, we do. They keep chipping away. Again, I don't think they've taken the lead at all so far in this game, but they're on the verge of it. I think they've got it down to 3. Was the closest. Faith came out through a few counter punches, built that lead back up to 8. But right now, Badger State looking better in the second half.
Yeah, I just want to take a quick moment here to mention our tournament sponsor, which is Dayspring Bible College and Seminary. They've been the sponsor for every one of these tournaments for 32, not 36 years now. And we both are graduates of Dayspring Bible College and Seminary. A lot of good things to say about them. Make sure you check them out at their website. Fantastic ministry-minded school. If you're looking for 1 year, 2 year, or 4 to learn more about God and His Word, that's the place to go. So make sure to check them out.
Yeah, and the students putting in a lot of the volunteer work on the extra hours on Friday, Saturday, running kitchen, janitorial, stats, concessions, all of it. We're helping with broadcast to make it work and make it special. So I know the students work really hard at Dayspring to make it an enjoyable tournament for all 16 teams.
Yeah, and John, we're going to have to decide whether the news of the year for Dayspring Bible College is shareable on the Eagle Sports Network. We'll have to talk with our producer and ask him, but there's a lot going on with Dayspring that's very, very exciting, and we'll see if we can share it with you at some point during the weekend.
Well, you got to tell them now.
I don't know.
After
There's
that,
something about cliffhangers, you know? A good trailer or a good movie with a sequel
championship
always
game.
Leaves you on edge, you know? Gives you a reason to tune back in.
Fair enough. And 3-point game. I don't think has Faith have they scored so far this half?
They have not.
They have not. So yeah.
That's 4 minutes of play with no points from Faith. Missed shot there. It's really good defense by Badger State, like we kind of have touched on. When they've been able to set up their defense, it's been very good.
3-ball for the tie.
Guess what? The freshman, Josiah Sanders, he has 8 points. Great job by him. You love to see young players. With Christian school basketball, oftentimes you'll get younger players who get the opportunity to play at the varsity level, and he's making the most of it.
Yeah.
Steal there by Badger State.
Active hands there. A chance for them to go ahead.
For the first time all game,
So from down, 15?
Yeah, 15-0 to start the game out if you're just joining us.
Yeah, Badger State, they're getting good looks. Nice mid-range.
There it
is.
is.
Glass is good. Puma gives his team the lead.
Again, I'm not the coach of Faith, but if I were, I would really want to consider that press again. I feel like they had a lot of success early on. In Badger State, with their defense set up, is kind of putting the clamps on Faith right now. Out of bounds in favor of Faith.
Yeah, it has been a little bit confusing, Caleb, with what success Faith came out in with kind of that full court press. They seem to get a lot of turnovers, led to some good shots.
Second time that they've run that inbounds play to AJ Puma. John, can you explain to me and the viewers at home, how do you stop that?
I mean, you know it's coming. You got to adjust, right? So I get that he's tall and he's lengthy, but he's still got a ton of room to operate right there, and they're just lobbing it up, and it's quick. And it's hard because he never comes down and gets the ball. But, I mean, you got plenty of height around there. There's somebody that can match him for Faith. But first time you don't see it coming. Second time, you got to know that if you're Faith. And obviously make adjustments, as that seems to be their go-to inbounds play if Puma's got any room down there on the baseline.
Yeah, Faith needs something offensively, and there it is. Number 12, the senior, Abe Moore answers the call. We got a tie game. 36-36, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere because we got to go to one right here with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Boom! There he is, AJ Puma, the senior. A three-pointer for them. They're up 3, largest lead of the game.
Yeah, again, all of Badger State's success has pretty much either come from him setting it up or finding somebody in the open corner. They've hit quite a few corner threes, so I think you can take that away and put a little pressure on Puma. You'll be okay. If you're Faith, good move there. 2 shots coming up for number 2.
Yeah, it was a good call. Little backdoor cut, strong move to the hoop.
5'8" junior.
Cue the Mario sound effect producer in the booth. He's looking at me like, what on earth is that? There we go. Appreciate that. And good. Gets them both. Faith is down by 1. 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Scott bringing the ball up for the Badgers.
They're sagging back here. Looks like Faith in a zone.
And that's something different, trying to mix it up for them.
Yeah, good active hands there. Badger State will retain possession, but hard to tell if they're in like a soft kind of 1-3-1 or...
It's looking like it's like a 2-1-2.
It might be, so...
The Faith coach isn't liking what he's seeing inside, trying to counter it. No good for 3 for the Badgers. Good save by Scott.
Yeah, it's hard when you're in a zone. You got to find a body and box out. It's a little bit harder in man-to-man. You know who you got. Zone, it can switch every time, and you got to match up. And an offensive board there, and Puma good. So his team is up 3 now. Only 6 points in the quarter for Faith.
Kind of a wild shot there by Faith. Rebound by Badger State.
Yep, again, Joven all over the defensive end.
Yeah, we got a 3-point game. Less than a minute left. Corner 3. Good. My goodness.
Yeah, so clock's a little bit off if you're watching, so got a little stop there. So there's only about 30 seconds left in the quarter, so we'll try to keep you updated there. Apologize for that. As a good move there, brings Faith within 4, 25 seconds left in the quarter. So apologize for being wrong on the screen. Froze up a little bit there, so we'll catch up with that, make sure that's ready to go for the fourth quarter. I think he's out of bounds, yep. So again, 10.9 left in the quarter. Faith, 4 points, 8 seconds. 5 seconds on the wing, 4, 3, 2, pulling the long 3, and it is good! Both quarters end with a Faith buzzer beater. This one almost just a couple feet in front of the S right there on the Eagles. And he drains it, and it is a 1-point game going into the fourth quarter, Caleb.
Yeah, that's a big shot. They had absolutely nothing going offensively for the majority of the quarter. They had 32 points at halftime, so they put up only 11. Would have been 8 without that big shot at the end there. So if you're Faith, looking to, again, I mentioned this earlier, push the ball, maybe even bring out that press. I like them when they're playing faster. And so we'll see if their coach turns to that. If you're Badger State, I mean, defensively, they have played fantastic. A really good third quarter by them. Yeah, just kind of keep doing what you're doing. Feed AJ Puma and also Teddy Scott. Both really good players for them. And Josiah Sanders, don't sleep on him with that corner 3.
Yeah, it's been really good. Obviously, the closest first-round game, like you said. Some of the first-round games ended up getting away from some teams, so we're a little bit like lopsided in some. So this has been by far the closest matchup, as you would expect. I believe it's the 8-9 seed, so two teams that are at least coming into the tournament were kind of ranked the same. 1-point game here. after that deep three. Buzzer beater there for Faith. 8 minutes left to decide who will move on. The winner will play Hammond Baptist at 9 p.m. in the same spot. I think we're calling that same game here, and then the loser will play Maranatha. Same time, but in the church gym. Again, both games are available online, so just make sure you're watching the right gym, and all games are streamed for the entire tournament.
Yeah, it's really nice to have the ability to watch your kids and your family members play from anywhere in the world. Like you said, all games are streamed. We also have stats for individuals and also teams available at dbc.edu. Again, tournament sponsor Dayspring providing you with those. Make sure you check them out.
Good
Meanwhile,
steal there.
Man, Faith, it was a good steal, just a missed opportunity by them. Badger State up by 1. It's looking like we're going to have a good ending here. Badgers taking their time, no rush. There is a rumor that in Illinois high school basketball there will be a shot clock coming in the next couple years, which I feel like we've heard that for a long time, but seems to be a little more credible than the previous ones.
I think it's good. I think you give them a long time, but I think it's good. You know, you see a lot of teams just kind of dribble it out. They can kind of just milk the clock the last 3-4 minutes. So it's always exciting, you know, if they have to shoot it. Keeps, you know, if you're down a few points, it keeps you more involved at the end. So I'm definitely in favor of it. And again, we'll see if fouls are an issue because 2 years ago, I think, Caleb, they changed the rules. So now it's 5 per quarter, and then you're already in the bonus.
And you do get a guaranteed 2 shots.
And it goes straight to double, yeah. So Faith has 2 fouls. Right,
yeah,
so again,
already.
that can, you know, it depends how it is, because they don't carry over from the third quarter anymore, so none of that matters. But 2 kind of early ones for Faith, and then the 1-and-1. You know, back when we played, it was 7 fouls per half, got you to 1-and-1, and then 10 in the double. So there was, you know, you got three chances that somebody could miss the front end on a 1-and-1, and you could get the ball back. So.
Yeah, it definitely makes coming back a little bit harder.
It is, because you're getting 2 regardless. And that always feels a lot better when you go up to the line knowing that you got 2. As you know, if you miss the front end, you know, that's all you get for a couple fouls there. So we'll see if that comes into play. Again, I think that's been only a rule for maybe 2 years.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with that one. Ooh, behind the back steal there by Puma, knocked it out. Had a man on the break. There you go, giving it to him.
Yeah, good pump fake. Going to his strong hand.
That
Nice move.
is a great move. The player of the game right now, in my opinion, is Josiah Sanders. I want to know how many points he has. I'll send my producer on it to find out how many points
He's come alive, especially. He's good. He's only a freshman, too. So, and he plays so well off Puma. They have such a good connection on the court. So,
yeah, I've been really, really impressed with him. Bright future for him. We had a foul call. Scott got fouled on the rebound there.
And we'll see, sub coming in, 23, big man for Faith. Andy Barga, 6'2", only a sophomore. He's been super active, got a lot of offensive boards earlier. We'll see, it's a 5-point game, but the second half, Faith has really, really stalled. So we'll see if Coach dials anything up here. Maybe gets some pressure going, goes back to that, what got him that early lead.
3-ball no good by Joven. Stays there, though. It's such an interesting game. If you're just joining us, we mentioned it a couple times, but Faith jumped out to a 15-0 lead to start off this game, and now they find themselves down by 5 in the fourth quarter. Like you mentioned, their offense has just completely gone cold in the second half here. John, they have not scored in the fourth quarter, and we are 3 minutes in, but there is Teddy Scott.
As a timeout there for Faith. Again, you could feel it for a couple quarters. The game was starting to lean Badger State's way. You know, they couldn't really get over the hump for a while. And then as soon as they tied it up here, the game has completely swung. Like you said, that's odd, especially at this kind of level in competition. Usually you'll see a lot more one-sided affairs or whatever. But, man, they have whatever they're doing over there on the Badger State sideline, their adjustments have worked.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where we've talked about this before. I know we watch a lot of basketball, is being able to coach not only coming in with the plan and not only being able to adjust, but adjusting to the other team's adjustments, right? Those in-game battles. And so I loved how Faith came out in a press, and I hate to harp on it, but you were up 15-0. You were moving the ball. You had a much quicker tempo, but Badger State has completely slowed them down, and they have refused to try and pick up the tempo once again. So I'm pleading with the Faith coach to pull out that press with 5 minutes and 3 seconds left, down by, let's see here, 8, if my math skills are correct.
No, it is. So, and then if you're Badger State on their end, again, like you said, it's so those are what makes the great coaches, right? Anybody can come in with a plan and how they think a game is going to go, right?
And then
then 3 minutes in, you're down 15 points, and you're like, oh man, what do I got to do now? It doesn't matter what you came in or what you talked about in the locker room. You got to switch it.
Exactly.
And kudos to coaches, kudos to the players too, right? Like that's not easy. You come in with a mindset, you come in on a way that you're going to play, you expect it to work, right? And then it goes south. So Faith going back to their strong offensive rebounds.
There it is. Like you mentioned, it was really big for them in the first half. They just couldn't take advantage of it. But Mark Kinser, the senior, puts them down by 6 with four and change to play.
Yeah, and I love to see him take his time, right? He's tall, 6'2", long wingspan. There was a couple times he got it in the first half, just rushed it a little bit or shuffled his feet, but he's a strong, good player. Takes his time there, gets his team back within 6. See what happens here. 4 minutes left. Badger State probably just okay with
exactly.
Drawing this thing out.
AJ Puma knows that. A senior turns it over, though. He tried to split a defender.
Oh, they give it right back.
Yeah. Kind of a sloppy sequence there.
Yeah, they get it back, though. Again, you're in no rush. Like you said, there's no shot clock in high school. So you can take your time.
That's exactly what AJ Puma's doing right now.
Pull it out if it's not there. I mean, you never have to shoot again. Right, so they got to turn it up, and if they're not, you just take your time, and you wait till you get something going to the hoop like that and get fouled. So,
thought that maybe could have been a travel call, but they got Faith with the foul.
Yeah, I think they called it early, so he called it in that motion.
Steps.
Yeah, so
fair enough.
Called it early, so he's calling it on the floor. Again, that's 4 fouls for Faith. So next one there, Badger State is in the bonus.
And that's 2 shots, like we mentioned.
Good adjustment by Faith. Pack things in, though. Don't allow that. Oh, the nutmeg.
But to no avail. There was no target. Yeah. He just wanted
had to get rid of it, though.
Oh, man. Faith, you got to finish some of those shots right around the hoop.
Yeah, that's cool, though. Corner 3, this is big.
Oh, rims out. That's another offensive rebound.
Yeah, that's been their best.
If they end up winning this game, it's going to be because of those.
That's huge.
Big shot.
Huge.
Number 12, Abe Moore, the senior, has been very timely with his buckets in this game. They are down by 3 points with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play.
Right, but again, their last 5 points come off a missed shot.
What did I tell you? They're back in that press right now. The
right?
game, you can just feel the tempo is starting to shift back to a little bit faster.
It is. And I mean, obviously it changes if you're down at the very end of the game, right? But the whole point of a press is not even to get a steal. It's just to speed the other team up. And it's totally different as opposed to walking the ball up. If you have to get a few quick passes, kind of your internal clock, your body starts to speed up and you're way more prone to making mistakes. So good job for Badger State to settle things down and get a nice 2-pointer. But
it's a really good take to the hoop. Scott has had some really nice buckets for them.
Yeah, again, still plenty of time. If they score here, it's still 1 possession. Everyone's got to crash if you're Faith. That's been their best offense, has been a missed shot as they're way out rebounding.
That would have been huge for Faith.
All right, 2:20 left.
Ryan has had a few of them in this game. Another one there would have been really, really nice. They're down by 5 and got to turn up the heat defensively.
Yeah, got to recognize it. So there you go. Be a little bit aggressive. If you foul, you foul. There's a lot of contact there. Wow.
Yeah.
He got away. He got hammered at half court.
Did.
I mean, the travel is the right call if you let it get to that point, right? But I mean, 3-4 seconds.
Before that, he literally was grabbing his arm and he had to shake it away from him.
It looked like he was intentionally fouling there.
Was that offensive or defensive? Ooh, he might have gotten him.
I think no, they're giving like a block or a yeah. So that'll retain Faith. That's big call. Definitely, obviously tough job. Not gonna harp on the refs, but missed call for sure.
Keeping Faith in the game though.
Nice inbounds play. Gather.
Oh, Abe Moore, good board though. What did we talk about?
Oh, they lose it though. Got to get it. Wow, nice hustle from Puma to keep it alive and a
Yep.
foul. That is huge,
That is
man.
just grit right there. He
It
wanted
is.
it more than Faith did. Sometimes when the ball goes over and you know it's going to be an over and back, you're almost like tempted to let it go, to like almost give yourself a shot at getting it, but that was not a smart play. Puma
Yeah.
ran right to the ball, picked it up, drew the foul, and he's shooting 2 free throws.
And it might not be the worst thing to happen. If your Faith stops the game, hopefully he'll miss a free throw.
Our producer is letting us know that over in the church gym right now, Hammond is up by a whopping 40 points over Maranatha. It is their first year here at the tournament. You love to see them being here, but yeah, Hammond's up by 40. It looks like they are going to advance
Yeah.
to play the winner of this one tonight at 9 o'clock.
Yep, you can see Hammond's scout team down there as they'll play the winner. Got the coach's kid down there taking notes as they'll play the winner of this game.
Yeah, very well coached team. They're always in the top 4 every single year. They do
Another
a great
offensive
job.
board.
They got to score here. Faith has got to score here.
That hurts, yeah. So you can hold it the whole time if you're Badger. So you got to put on full court pressure.
I was just thinking about it. If I was the coach
Yeah.
of Faith, I would have called a timeout. That was a really important possession there.
Yeah, they seem to be lacking a little bit situationally here. You know, you really got to, like you said, you got to turn it up. You got to overplay. You got to shoot gaps. You got to foul. There's nobody even within 10 feet of them, as they are just not smooth on this late game.
Yeah, you gotta call a timeout.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen on the ball now, but you got to, at this point, it's do or die. So good time out there by Faith, like you said. At this point, you got to take risks. You got to shoot the gaps. If you foul somebody, you foul somebody.
And that's where we mentioned it earlier, but that Badger State is going to get 2 shots on every single foul. So that's going to make it a lot harder to come back. Got to choose who you foul smartly. I would stay away from Puma. If you're Faith, down by 7 with a minute left in this game. Let's take this moment, John, to talk about one of our tournament sponsors, and that is In Grace. I know you work for In Grace every single day, so tell our viewers a little bit about them.
Yeah, you can find us at ingrace.us. So that is our TV, radio, and media ministry of the church. So Pastor Jim Scudder, our host, head pastor here, is also the host of In Grace. So you can find us out on our website, ingrace.us. Find out on YouTube. I know he is, I think he's traveling this weekend. I know he's always getting good new content, good filming. I think he might be in D.C. this week coming up. I know he's got a lot of shows on creation, on Israel, on end times. So always out there showing us how we can grow our faith, how we can live it out, and show us what's kind of new out there, new discoveries in Israel, things like that, and keep us up to date on events. So I know I have the privilege of working for them, and we talk and hear and reach from people every single day, of people that are blessed by it and people that get our resources or listen to our programming.
Yeah, definitely check them out on the YouTube page or at ingrace.us. It'll be well worth your time, I should say. AJ Puma got fouled right out of the timeout, hits the first free throw, puts him up by 8. Faith is on life support at the moment.
Yeah, and he's the senior, so you want to try to. It's hard. Obviously, they probably want to get him the ball at the end. At this point, probably if anybody else touches it, should be an immediate foul, as he has shown no nerves at the free throw line. Faith has got to go quick. It's still within reach if you go. You don't need a 3. You got to get something going to the cup. They'll maintain possession, but
yeah, I was fortunate to maintain possession there. Oh, there you go. Good pass on the inbounds play. Number 1, Blake got fouled. He'll go to the line. Got to put them both in if you're Faith.
Yep, stopping the clock. So what you want, if you're Faith, you want to score with the clock not moving. Good first free throw there. And then, yeah, you got to be all over Badger State on the inbounds here.
Yep. Oh,
really?
This is it on purpose.
Miss.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, an and one would have been big.
Did you notice? Did Coach Dave let him know to do that? Or was that just instincts right there?
I don't know. I mean, Badger State was not ready for
I
it.
mean, I don't think anybody
think-
was. That
yeah.
is super interesting
It's-
to see him do
it's-
that
it's-
early.
It's definitely really early. You know, obviously it worked in their favor. I would say they don't need it yet.
I mean, when you have some height, when you have a height advantage
Yeah.
in the paint, it's not a
But it
horrible
did
idea.
work.
Oh
0
my
for 2,
goodness,
but they-
again.
Yeah, so that
Good
hurts
hustle
down the
there.
stretch.
Good
Gotta call
hustle.
timeout. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
No timeout
Unfortunate
there,
break
yeah.
for Faith. Great job by them. 2 of them laying out to get that ball. I don't know how they
yeah,
lost
there was
it,
an
to be
opportunity to
honest.
squeeze a timeout in there. I don't know what the timeout situation is like. We can't see that from here. But there was an opportunity in there. So again, down 8, 42 seconds. You can still, if you force turnovers, you get a steal. It's a 2-possession game. So
Yeah, I mean, the
tough.
press will inevitably
Yeah.
come out here. Anyone besides AJ Puma needs to be shooting free throws if you are Faith. Also, I know we don't have a lot of time left, but I just really quickly want to mention, and I'll cue our producer here, but we have an evening in Grace coming up, and we mentioned in Grace, but if you want to know more, if you're in the area, I know some teams aren't, but some teams definitely are. And if you're looking for a way to say, hey, what is in Grace? What is it all about? I'm curious. This would be the night for you. You can come out to the Clinton Road Baptist Church. The website on the screen is slightly incorrect. It's ingrace.us if you want to find that link for an evening in Grace to find out what it's all about. But we'll jump back to our game here with 42 seconds. Like we said, we expect Faith to come out in a press. Badger State is going to look to get AJ Puma the ball. I would double him.
yeah, at least
If I was
face guard
Faith,
him.
I would definitely put no one on the ball, and I would have
yeah,
doubled him.
you probably get
That's just too easy.
you get that though. That's it. You get one chance to steal a pass. Other than that, it's got to be immediate foul. Probably
Yep.
less now. You got to go up and foul him. Yep.
Gotta be anybody. Not
Yeah,
AJ,
like we
though.
said, it's a little bit. They've played the end of the game, probably not how you'd drawn up, right? It's tough. It's hard. There's a lot of things going through your mind, but you got. I mean, that's so crucial. You got to know at the end of the game what you got to do, and you probably get maybe one pass. You trap, and if that first pass is out of there, it's an immediate foul. Because they burned 25 seconds on that possession. Now essentially putting the game probably out of reach.
Yeah, you could have as soon as the freshman that we've mentioned a few times, Josiah Sanders, he had the ball for a moment. He's proven to be very clutch, but you want to put a freshman on the line in that situation, you could have had 20 more seconds.
So now
in
you
your
just
pocket.
gotta get up three ball, no good. That should do it. I think they're calling everybody off for Faith. Badger State will pull this one off, and they will play Hammond Baptist. They'll have their hands full. The 1 seed at 9 p.m. school gym, and then let's see. Faith will play Maranatha Church Gym. 9 p.m. as well. And that does it, Caleb. That will conclude all of the first round games. So we have a little bit of break with the teams rally here. And then our next
versus Fafka in the church gym. So just a big shout out to Winston Taney, who was our scorer, Grant Murray, who was our producer man, and Lincoln Reyes, who was on the camera. On behalf of John Christensen, myself, and the ESN crew, thank you for joining us, and we hope you will continue on with us for the rest of the tournament. See you later.